What's going on, y'all? Without too much thinking, I'm in Italy, and welcome to the channel. So in this channel, I'm just gonna that's stupid. I'm just gonna show you, make videos of me in Italy, an expat in Italy. Yes, I'm wearing like a Punisher shirt, but it's with the American flag. It's fine. I live in southern Italy, like the south by the Puglia region. It's in the back heel, kind of Achilles part of Italy, and I'm here. I moved here. I've been here for about 2 months, going on 3 months, and I love it so far. But there's a lot of things that I want to show in case you ever decided to move to Italy or even move anywhere else. I've been to many places, but this is probably one of the longest ones that I'm going to stay at. So alright, so first things first, I'm gonna go find a spot to fly this drone at, just to get some drone footage. It is Sunday, it is beautiful here, you know what I mean? I drove yesterday. I wish I would have filmed that. That's where I got the idea to start filming everything, because I drove yesterday and we went 2 hours to the, we had to stop at one of the military bases, me and the wife and kids, and I accidentally had put my phone on, I put it on avoid tolls. So we didn't take the highway. We took the back roads, and there was a lot of interesting things to see. A lot. Ooh, this road's bumpy. Uh-oh. A lot of interesting things to see. Oh, man. Sorry, I gotta get... And I'm sorry about the shake. I'm trying to stabilize the camera, but yeah, these roads are not the smoothest in the world, but they're not that bad either. I've been on way worse roads in other countries. But anyway, so speaking of the roads, one of the things here is, I think it is best, and that is, I think anybody who's ever been to Europe or even lives in Europe knows, I think it's best to have a small vehicle. That's something me and the wife talked about. We noticed it. I said, man, my Dodge Ram would not make it here. Like, it would not be happy. There's not many places where I can take the Dodge Ram to. Also, the streets, when you turn down one of these blocks, this is a main street, so it looks a little wide. It's wide, but so the Dodge Ram will be fine. But the streets, when you turn into the city, into the streets, oh my God. Yeah, that's a whole nother animal. So the car just shut off on me. Look at all those Vespas, Jesus. Look at all the Vespa. That's a Vespa club. You know how we have our motorcycle clubs back in the States? That's a Vespa club. And that's a cool thing. And no, they're not like Sons of Anarchy. I don't think so. But that's a Vespa club. Now, I want a Vespa. I've always wanted a Vespa since I was a kid. I always wanted a Vespa. And, it's a little bit... it was expensive where I wanted... I was in the Dominican Republic and I wanted a Vespa. They were expensive. I remember my grandfather talking about, a Vespa. When I was a kid, I'm 42. When I was a kid, he was like, oh, you want a Vespa? That's the one you want. You know what I mean? And I do want a Vespa, but even here they're pricey. I mean, a couple $1,000s, these things. Where the little knockoff ones, like the little Chinese ones, the off-brand ones, I bought one just to mess around in the States, was like $1,200, $900. You know, depending if you buy used ones, like $500, $300, depending. But these Vespas are like the Lamborghinis of scooters, or of mopeds, whatever you want to call them. Oh, you can see the buildings. They got the little. It's not. You saw that little 30 is not 30 miles an hour. It's kilometers. I learned that really fast, but that was in Germany where I learned it. They do kilometers in Europe. I learned that in Germany when I was living in Germany a while back. I'm like, damn, you can do 50 miles an hour down this road? No, you can't. They told me that really fast. So I'm trying to get up to this mountain that is over there. I think it's San Giovanni, if I'm not mistaken. That's the name of the mountain. Really nice mountain, man. I love driving up there. My wife gets nervous when I drive up there because I get a little crazy on the curves and the mountain and stuff. But it's beautiful, and it's a beautiful day. And I was like, man, if I can find a spot, get this drone flying, oh my God, I'm gonna be in heaven. I'm gonna be in heaven. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe if I find a spot from the bottom, because there's a lot of farms. I live with this town. It's like, it's South Italy, so it's not like a big city like Rome or Milan, or what you're thinking of. So it's this city is Manfredonia, and then the city next to the bigger city is Foggia. It's called Foggia. It's about half an hour away, maybe 23, 25 minutes, depending on on what you think those kilometer readings are. But that's the bigger city. This city is small. You can walk around the whole city. It's small. It's small. Trust me. It's a nice little walk, but you drive around it. Oh my God, this thing is horrible. I'm gonna have to stop at the store. I'm gonna go to this little mall to get one of these phone car holders, man. Cause this one that I keep buying at the little Chinese shop is not working. I bought like numerous different ones, and they feel really flimsy. And this is one of them. All right, we're pulling up to the. This wasn't one of my stops, by the way. This was not one of my stops, but it is now. So it is now because I gotta get a regular phone holder. Because this is my wife's car, by the way, that I'm driving. I have a little older car. I got a little tiny. I just purchased it and it needs a little bit of work. I bought a little Fiat Panda. Man, look at that. The phone went up. I bought a little Fiat Panda 500. If you've never seen one, I'll probably put. Coincidentally, guys, that is the same car. That little gray one you see in the corner right there, the first one, that's the one I bought. So I try to park far from the entrance because Bruce Lee said to do that. It's better. I'm still getting used to the parking brake in this car. I never had a car this new. Well, again, it's my wife's car, but the parking brake is just a button. I know I'm outdated. I'm used to the actual, the physical pulling of a lever to park the car. And I've driven stick for years, so that's nothing. Over here, you gotta drive stick. Not that every car stick, they're leading. They have more automatics now. When I was in Germany years ago, I barely saw automatic. The only people who had automatics were the Americans. That's it. I never saw any European person with an automatic vehicle. My wife's getting used to it right now. She was like, oh, he bought a stick shift. I was like, listen, you're gonna want a stick shift. Funny story before I go in. I don't know if I can film in there. I'm gonna try, but no promises. But funny story is that she told me my son's tutor's brother or somebody had borrowed the car from my wife's friend here, another American, and she has an automatic car. She drives an automatic. He borrowed the car because he needed it, whatever. And he came back and gave it back. He was like, yo, I can't drive this. I can't drive it. Why? I think they're used to the clutch, and they also feel like they have no control of the car, which is true. You have more control of the vehicle with a stick shift. It's real easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, of course, the clutch, brake. Just gotta know how to play with that. I might even get my keys out. Nice mall here. Manfredonia. Bought this thing. Yeah, a little Fiat 500. This is my wife's. You gotta have one of these small cars. You can't have the big cars because you're not really gonna see too many huge cars. Like, that's considered a big car. And in the States, it's like a mid-size. But anyway, that's the mall right there. They got different stores. Let me see what I can find. So I've looked in 2 stores already, and only one of them had the phone holder, but it was the phone holders that go on your vent, and I hate those. Can't stand those. I can't believe they don't have phone holders anywhere here. Look, tools. This is all the auto stuff, right? It should be over here somewhere. It should be here, but because, man, I guess everybody just has their GPS already built in their car here. Oh man, I don't believe in phone numbers. Or just the back. I'm out to order one on Amazon. Yo, I almost didn't find the car. Jesus. So look how ghetto I gotta be. I gotta be like extra ghetto. But it works, I think. I'm not the biggest fan of this. My wife is not gonna like that, obviously. She has her own mount though, but I'm gonna have to see what I can do. All they have is the mounts that go into the vents. And I hate those, man. Those never work for me. I've always had heavy phones. I've always got the biggest phones because of my hands. And those never work for me. Never, ever, ever. All right, you're gonna catch a little bit of my dash there. My apologies. But you can still see. Let me see the signs over here. San Giovanni. Okay, so it's that way. I don't know where I'm going this way. But you can actually go any which way you want to get there. They have a lot of roundabouts here, what they call rotonda, whatever. San Giovanni Rotonda. A lot of roundabouts. A lot of, like, I don't think we have this mount. I don't think we have any roundabouts in St. Cloud where I'm from. Over there in Florida. I don't think so. I haven't seen them. Maybe we do, maybe we don't, I don't know. But roundabouts is a normal thing in Europe. And getting into them is another task that you learn, that you must master. I just mastered it. So I can go either way, left or right. Going to the right is really nice, but I want to get to that mountain real quick. Even though to the left is a mountain also, but I'm trying to get to that mountain. The goal is to get over there to that. Oh, you can't see it now. Of course, you can't see it now. But anyway, past these little hills right here, these little rock hills. There's a road takes you to that mountain, San Giovanni Rotonda. So I pulled over real quick just to see what that sign says, because this makes a nice picture, and I'm gonna show you. All right, so what it says is no waste dumping. You can't dump any waste over here, obviously, but people still do it. As you can see down here, we're dumping waste regardless. Look at this view though. Look at that. Oh my God. We came up that road right there. There's a tree there. Look at that view. All right, let's do this again. Let's get back up there. So I would take the drone out here, but it's like in a part of the road is real busy. I don't want the cops to, even though it's a small drone and we are allowed to fly here, but still I don't want to attract any attention like that. So very, very interesting. We're at the top, not the tippy top, it's different mountains, but we're at the top of a mountain here right now. There is a whole town up here, a whole city. And let me tell you something, these folks are not missing anything. They have everything here, anything you can imagine. We were talking yesterday when we were driving around all those mountains yesterday, going to Naples, and me and my wife were like, man, they're not, like, we looked around and we're like, okay, because the first time when we entered, it was, a farming community. So we were like, oh, maybe they got to drive down to the city, to Naples, to do this, that, and the third, and yada, 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 and do this, that, and the other. Well, no, they don't. No, they don't. We looked around and we drove around. They got some nice houses. That's one. They also have, look at these apartments, are beautiful, man. And they also have, and these are brand new houses that they're constructing. There's a whole like neighborhood here. There's a whole neighborhood. But they have everything. They have have all their stores. I mean, they have Gucci stores and all that. I mean, you name it. And they got Apple products if you want, all kinds of computer shops and all this and that, mechanic, car dealerships. I saw a fancy car dealership up there. Not that they were selling Lamborghinis or anything, but they were selling, you know, it was a nice dealership, you know. And I'm like, man, on the top of like a whole, like, I mean, I told my wife, I said, man, I don't know, man, we might look into something like this later on. You know what I mean? We live closer to the ocean, and I'll show you guys that in another video. But it's beautiful up here, man. Beautiful. Very hilly area. But beautiful, beautiful town up here. Beautiful town. Incredible. So this is Eurospin in San Giovanni Rotondo. A supermarket that's right by my house, like up the block, but they have it up here on top of the mountain too. And I'm curious at why it says horario continuato. I don't know what that means. Sorry, that's my finger. Horario continuato. I wonder if that means 24 hours, because that would be strange. I'm having a bit of trouble finding somewhere to fly the drone because I don't want to. A couple reasons. I have my GPS drone, my Mini 3, but what I don't want to do. First of all, I'm not gonna fly an FPV yet because I can't even find where to fly my GPS. So I'm kind of, you know, I don't want to disrespect. I don't want to be up here flying. I don't see like it's not like I see people with drones everywhere here, but I don't want disrespect here. I don't want any accidents. I don't want the drone to. I don't want to crash anything, whatever. So I wanted to find an open field where there's nobody at first, just to get some footage, and then fly. But I can't find it. So what I'm gonna do is. Looks like I'm not gonna be able to fly. I'm gonna go ahead and go into Eurospin and get some steaks because my wife wanted me to bring back some meat for the house so she can cook something. So probably get some steaks or something. So I'm gonna call her up and see what she wants. Okay, so I just picked up some steaks. Let me show you the steak. They're not the biggest ones. I got some steaks here. I got 4 of them. They're semi. Kind of thin, not thin all the way, but not as thick as I would want it. From Eurospin. I didn't ask what horario continuato means. I don't know if that means 24 hours. I doubt it. I don't see anything 24 hours here. Not in this part of town. No, not in this part of Italy. I don't know about Milan and Rome and all that, but nothing 24 hours. I don't think I'm gonna be able to fly this drone. It's gonna be a mission, so keep looking out because I'm gonna, as I get to know things more, I'm gonna come back with more videos where I discover things and I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna show you what I discover. I'm gonna show you what I see, and most likely I'll be able to fly this drone. I have flown it around my house. But that's kind of different. I feel comfortable there, but I don't want to just fly around my house. It's kind of boring just flying around my house. I want to see, like, we're at the top of the mountain. You understand? If I take this drone just a couple more feet up and point that camera down, what I can see, amazing. Anyway, that's all I got for this one, man. I'm sorry I made it short. This was the initial pilot video. I'll see you on the next book. Follow me on the social medias, man. I'll have a link in the description below. I don't have Twitter or none of that shit. I just use Marco Polo. That's it. You can follow me on Marco Polo and on my podcast that follows this, where I talk more in detail about life here as an expat in Italy. All right? See you on the next smoke. Oh yeah, smoke cigars.